It's been known by such names as Clearfield Mountain Speedway, Central PA Speedway, and now it is CMB Bank Raceway Park. It started as a dirt track, was converted to asphalt in the late 80s, was covered with dirt about 10 years ago, and now it is an asphalt track again. On Saturday, the TBR late models were in action for a 100-lap event at the Clearfield County track, which is owned by the Bainey family. Before the event, I caught up with co-owner Tim Bainey Jr. to discuss the changes and future plans. Well, Tim, a long time coming. The track is back to asphalt. I'm sure this took a lot of effort.
Yeah, it's been quite a bit of work, over the last about 18 months getting this together. But, got a lot of people that's pitched in and helped us out, and, my family, we've done a lot of work. But we're really proud. First night out for the CMB Bank Raceway Park, we got, the track's been great all day. The guys seem to like it that are here. We got a very strong field of cars, we got like 22 here, I think, and so it should be a good night, a good race. The crowd's starting to come in, and we're looking forward to a lot of things, but I'm glad to get the first race in here. Today's been pretty successful so far with, what we've seen on the track. It seems like we're going to have a couple different grooves to run on, and we're looking forward to the race.
Well, there's some naysayers that say this is dirt country. Asphalt isn't going to fly here, but yet you're doing it.
Yeah, it's tough because this region, there's a lot of dirt tracks, there's a lot of dirt fans, and, but there is not an asphalt. Everybody's like, well, everybody runs dirt. That's because there is no asphalt track. I've talked to a lot of guys that are interested in getting, if we go to a more regular schedule, and we're considering what we're going to do, in the future with it. I'm really excited, and it's not going to happen real quick, overnight. I mean, we're taking some pretty big steps right away. We have the NASCAR K&N Series coming in here in July, and that should be, that's going to be one of the biggest events in this part of the country, for NASCAR. So, we got that going. It's going to take a little bit, getting the fans back around, getting that interest in the asphalt stuff. And it's tough. You look around here tonight, these guys are from Ohio, New York, Virginia. Very few guys from Pennsylvania because no one in Pennsylvania has these kind of cars. So we're looking at, long-term future stuff to get this worked out. But, for the first night, we got a, pretty good turnout for it. And I think it's going to be a good long-term deal.
And you have the TBRA series here, which originally was an Ohio series. Now it seems like they're a Pennsylvania series. They brought some cars here, and this should be a good showing.
Yeah, the TBRA guys have been really good to work with, and that was the thing. Whenever we decided, well, we want to run some late model races, well, you couldn't just run a late model race without being involved, because you got Erie, you got Motordrome Speedway that runs, Motordrome runs Friday, Erie runs Saturday. So, you had to get those cars to come, and you couldn't, they fortunately, Stan has been good to work with. The guys at Erie have been all right with us, and so we got the series coming. We're going to have them back in September for an even bigger race than what we got this time, and that's the thing, though. You get these guys. I mean, these guys, there's a lot of guys in here who've raced in the ARCA series. Some of them ran in the truck series, ASA. So the cars that we have are very, top quality cars. And we just, hopefully we'll start to get some more regional guys involved with this. But, one of the big things, like having the NASCAR series come in, it's going to help draw the interest of the fans in the area. You got to have fans here to get the sponsors involved. And we got some great sponsors already, that have taken on, CMB Bank's come on with a 3-year deal to get the track going. And, they've been great with us. I appreciate them, taking that step with us, a lot of faith in what we're doing. But, I know one thing, I've been involved in racing for a long time. I've been fortunate to be able to put a lot of great sponsor deals together, with everything from my NASCAR truck deal to the NASCAR Nationwide Series. And I understand how it works for companies. You got to give them a value in it, and we're definitely going to do that here. And, at the same time, you got to build up the car count, you got to build up the fan base, and I'm really looking forward to it. I think it's a lot of fun. I've had a great time in racing. My family, we've been fortunate to be around it, and I want other people in the region to be able to experience that. And I think it's going to be a good deal.
Now on to the 100-lap TBRA late model event. Due to an invert, number 28 Jimmy Carter set fast time but started 12th. On the second lap, points leader George Score III has problems in turn 1. Once back underway, second fastest qualifier Colt James, who started 11th in his number 15 machine, quickly charged through the field, while Carter had his hands full coming through traffic. Tom Ferris Jr. in the 07 led the early laps of the race after starting on the pole. Dan Lewis held second for a while in the white 19, and Bobby Henry worked his way into third. Eventually, Henry took the lead from Ferris, while James continued to pick up position after position. Here he moves into the third spot. Any concerns about the pavement went away as drivers were 3 wide at times. To no one's surprise, James was able to wrestle the lead away from Henry in just a few laps. Carter also worked his way through the field. Here he takes fourth away from the 75 of Barry Audi, who logged many laps on the track when it was first paved. Sam Falone in the 48 runs in sixth. Glenn Galt Jr. in the 32 Orange Blossom Special had a strong run as well after capturing a TBRA win at Motordrome the night before. Just before a mandatory caution on lap 40 to check tire wear, Carter was able to take over the runner-up spot from Henry, while James had been building up a commanding lead. Ferris's top 5 run came to an end with overheating problems during the caution period. This gave Carter a shot at James, who had built up a considerable lead before the mandatory caution. But as their tires heated up, James pulled away. Henry experienced problems past the halfway point and would never recover. As the laps wound down, James continued to stretch out his lead over Carter by nearly half of a lap. One driver who made a late charge to the front was Matt Barnt in the 55 ride. But on this night, no one was a match for North Carolina's Colt James, who has also won the Piney Lasky Memorial at Motordrome. Colt, congratulations on the win, dominating performance.
It really was. It was just a really good day. We unloaded with a really fast car, didn't have to really fight it any in practice, and I always tell people when you win a race like that, you got to really be gracious for them days, because you really don't get them that often, that dominant of a car.
And it makes the 8-hour drive from North Carolina well worth it, huh?
Oh yeah, because we dig straight after the race, so we'll be going home tonight, and it'll definitely have our energy going at least the first half.
I think the racers might block you at the PA border because you come up here and take a lot of money from these guys.
That's my goal usually when I come up here. I kind of, a few years ago, I'm 29 now, so obviously I had dreams of racing for a living, but now I just race to win. I don't do points anywhere. Usually I just look at the calendar. Whoever has a big money race, that's where I'm going to be at, and I'm doing my best to take the money.
Now, getting back to the race, they had that mandatory caution on lap 40. Were you a little worried when you saw Carter there lined up behind you?
I know old Jimmy. I figured he was saving his stuff pretty good, and he gave me a really good run there for about 5 laps, and I didn't do too good of a job of getting the tires really cleaned off too well there, and he fought me really good. But me and Jimmy just run really good together. We'll run each other hard, but we just don't touch each other. We both have the mutual respect for each other.
Now, you've raced and been successful on many tracks across the country. What do you think of this track?
Great track, and it's just special to me because I just want to be in 30, 40 years, just people to look at me and hey man, he was a good racer. He's a good short track racer. I just want to be known as one of the best short track racers there was, and I got a long ways to go, but I'm doing my best, to getting wins like this, and just stuff that I can show my son in 20, 30 years, and just hopefully he'll be proud of me.
As we go to break, here are your top 5 finishers in the TBRA late model race held at CMB Bank Raceway Park. Stay with us.
When you think golf carts, think Jake's Custom Golf Carts. With over 300 stock and lifted carts at their shop, you'll find the cart you need or have Jake's build one to your specs. Custom airbrushing, lift kits, sport shifters, rear seats. You name it, with the expertise and craftsmanship people have come to expect from Jake's. Come see for yourself why Jake's is the nation's premier golf cart provider. Jake's Golf Carts, Route 522 McVeigh Town. Online at jakesgolfcarts.com.